have the unofficial Sunbelt Defensive Player of the Week for at least another hour and 5 minutes, Luke Hodge. But we will go ahead and take questions for Luke.
Hey, Luke, this is John from the Dothan Eagle. Would you first touch on the turnovers, causing the fumble and then also causing the interception? Kind of take us through those two plays.
Yeah, that was a big thing from our defensive coaches that we knew we needed to do if we wanted a chance to win that ball game. Yeah, first one, forced fumble. We've just been big on punching the ball. Had my hand on it, stripped it out. Big change. Justin Poe got on it. Changed field position, and then the second one just saw quarterback. It was a quick game. Got my hand up. We work on that all the time too. And then T.J. Thompson's always around the ball. It's big place. So
I wanted to also ask you about the last couple of years. You've been big on special teams. How much has that helped you improve as a player? And I guess that's one of those things to where you just got to want it to be really good on special teams. And are you still playing special teams? I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah, I'm still on special teams. I was on all four for that game. So that's been a big thing for me, the past 2 or 3 years. Our inside linebackers coach always tells us he says like everything translates like special teams to defense. So just excited to get on the field and to do my job.
Hey, it's Josh, the Troy Messenger. What have you seen on film from the Memphis offense so
far? They play hard. They got a good quarterback, good running back. They're a solid team. They're going to be good. They're going to want to come in here and get a good road win, but we're going to protect the vet. So,
Luke, I know you guys didn't get the desired result that you wanted on Saturday, but to give one of the best quarterbacks in the country the fits that you guys did in Cade Klubnik, just how much momentum can that give you heading into another big game this weekend against Memphis?
Yeah, I think it just gives us a lot of confidence, like watching the film from the first half, seeing what happens when we do our job and play to the best of our ability. But also you see the second half when we kind of don't do our job as well, can kind of see both sides of it. But I think it gives us a lot of confidence to know if we prepare that way and play that way that we can beat anybody we want.
Luke, unofficially, how does it feel to be named Player of the Week defensively?
Yeah, I just learned that about 2 minutes ago. So it's an honor. It really is. A lot of hard work and just pretty excited about it. So.
And one more question. The last couple of years or even this year, who's kind of mentored you or helped you along as far as you've progressed like you have?
Yeah, I would. It's a lot of guys, I would say, but the main guy would probably be Jordan Stringer, number 7. He's been a leader. I mean, since I came in 2022, he was a young guy then. He was still a leader then. He's been a leader, vocal leader. Yeah, for sure, Jordan Stringer.
You just mentioned Jordan, but Jordan, Catlett, you, and TJ have all gotten a lot of playing time back. Can you just talk about that group and just how close you guys are?
Yeah, I mean, those are my boys. Like, we've been together, like all 4 of us, since 2023. So we've had 2 years just working together, being together literally every day. You know what I mean? So those are my boys, and we just work hard. They work hard. We just work hard for each other. So.
Tight end Ethan Connor, and we'll just turn it over for questions.
Hey, Ethan, this is John from the Dothan Eagle. I wanted you first to refresh my memory on the injury you went through last year. I couldn't remember what it was. And also, how tough was that just being out throughout most of the year and, just as a competitor, not being able to be out there?
The injury I suffered last year was a stress reaction in my foot. It was pretty tough for me not being out there because I felt like, I had prepared well that off season, training as far as things like that go. And I felt like I was, putting one foot in front of the other, ready to go, and then that happened. It just kind of was like a setback. But through those times, the guys around the locker room, the coaching staff, everybody around here, constantly was pushing, telling me, we're gonna be okay. You know, get healthy. You know, so I really do appreciate that.
And it's Josh the messenger. You probably move around more than just about anybody on the offense. Just can you talk about your role this year and also how excited you get when you guys go to the 3 tight end set?
Very excited about the 3 tight ends. So we love all the tight ends being in there and being able to make plays. You know, being able to help the offense any way we can. You know, so just being able to go out there and help the offense the best I can and the best as we can. Just is big. So.
Ethan, it seemed like you guys were, definitely turning some heads Saturday, especially when you guys had that halftime lead. This is another big opportunity to kind of make a statement. Memphis has been one of the best G5 programs in the country. Have you guys talked about that, and what do you think a win would mean for this program on Saturday?
We definitely have talked about it. They're a good team, They on defense they fly around to the ball, and I feel like we'll be ready for that game. I feel like we'll be ready to compete and, like Luke said, defend the vet. So
you mentioned it a little bit, but what have you seen film from Memphis defense? What kind of challenges they give you guys?
They're like I said, they're a pretty good defense. They fly around to the ball. They make plays on defense, but I feel like if we come out on our A game as an offense, I feel like we'll be able to match up and compete with them. So.
Ethan, I know y'all went to Clemson to win, but you still played very well. What did you learn about yourself, you think, and as far as an offense, what did y'all learn about yourself?
We learned that, we can make big plays. We got the playmakers around on offense, the guys and on offense that can make plays. We can be very explosive and, we can be one of the top offenses. So.
Ethan, this starts a stretch of 5 of 6 games against teams lost to last year. I know that's been a kind of a point of emphasis in the offseason within the program.
Yeah.
Kind of a revenge toward things like that. From a player perspective, how do you approach that, and how do you kind of take that with this run of games going up against people that lost you last year?
It's very, very important. We harped on it all off season about working, being better, taking one game at a time, and just looking to dominate one game at a time, preparing one game at a time, and just being able to go out there and perform like we need to. So,
11 a.m. kick. How important is it to get the fans out and get that student section caffeinated early and getting the bed loud?
It'd be very important. We really will appreciate if y'all came out, and supported us. We'll be ready to put on the show. So.